Thanks for tuning in to the Miss Blue Radio Show. I have my girl, Callie girl, out of LA in the, well, I can't say in the building, but I can say in the virtual building tonight.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing
Tonight?
fabulous. And how about you, Miss Blue?
I'm doing pretty good. I cannot complain other than a slight toothache, but I'll be okay.
I feel you. I feel you on that. I watched the last broadcast, so I feel you.
Yes. So one of the things, well, we're gonna talk about a few things. We're both into makeup.
Yes.
But you are very, very great at it, and a lot of women always give you compliments on it and stuff like that. What I want to ask you is, how long have you been wearing makeup, and what inspired you to become a makeup artist?
So I didn't start adventuring into makeup not until like my high school years, but it was basically like very like nude, very plain, nothing too much. I didn't start wearing more extravagant makeup like colors and everything until like about 2 years ago, where I started exploring, different colors, and I was like, oh, I gotta try this brand and this pigment, and I just wanted to know more about it and grasp it. So it's been kind of sticking with me, and I just wanted to be able to, experiment with things and give my opinion about it.
Wow. Okay. That I kind of developed my love of makeup like in middle school. Did you ever get in trouble for wearing makeup, or was your parents cool with it?
My parents were not cool with it
Okay.
at all. So I had to sneak it. My grandma snuck it to me.
Oh, you lucky. Your grandma?
Yeah, my grandma. Well, like when I would visit her in Idaho, she would always buy me makeup out there. And so I would always have to leave it behind, or I would have to like sneak it in my luggage. So when I would go to school, sometimes I would sneak it on so my parents didn't see.
Wow. I wish my grandma was like that, because I don't think she wore makeup anyway, so she wouldn't have understood how much of an obsession it was.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she knew how much I loved makeup.
Yes. So I'm looking at your lovely face tonight. I want you to tell us what products you're wearing right now.
Okay, so one of the products I'm wearing, so basically for the face primer, I use Dr. Brandt. Dr. Brandt is a very good quality primer. It makes it matte, but also you kind of get what you pay for. So you can't expect to get something cheap out of it and not expect it to come out that way. You get what you pay for. And also I wear Huda Beauty primer, and then also I wear a Benefits Pore Professional. So those are the three main ones you definitely want to get for that.
Okay.
For my eyebrows, you can see I just put a little powder on them because, I just got my eyebrows done by my girl Daisy, and
Yes.
us out there. So I have my next treatment next week, so that's why it looks kind of funny. So just kind of bear with me on that.
No, it actually doesn't look funny, because remember I told you I had got mine done. It's microblading. Well, I got microblading and shading. Did you get microblading and shading?
I did not get shading. I just got microblading.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Remember when I told you that it hurt? That's probably why. The shading part of it, it really, really, really hurts.
Yeah. To me, it's like she told me, she goes, you don't need any kind of numbing treatment, right? I was like, why? She goes, oh, I think you're good. You look like a tough girl. And I kind of leaned over and I saw that too. And I'm like, oh no, I wasn't expecting that, but it wasn't that bad for my first experience. But some people do need numbing. So if you're kind of squeamish or sensitive, I would definitely go for that route for you. But she did amazing. She got my mind off of it, and I took it. It wasn't all that bad.
So since you've gotten your since you've gotten your eyebrows done, I want to ask you the same thing that I did myself. I'm still shading my eyebrows with a pencil. Are you still doing that too?
Well, I can't say for it now because I get my next treatment next week, and once I find out if I still have to do shading, then it's okay. But it takes off time of you getting ready. That's the one thing I love. It takes like about 10-15 minutes less of your time getting ready, and I would so say go for it, and if you have the sensitivity, definitely ask for that numbing. Don't let them try to sway you any other way. Don't feel pressured. But if you can't tolerate pain, then I would definitely get that numbing gel.
Wow, that's great advice. So what products did you say that you were using on your eyebrows? Like, I know that you got the shading, but what type of pencils would you suggest that someone use?
So my favorite is Urban Decay. That one's waterproof. So I was able to do the little, it looks like microblading on my eyebrows, but I'm just drawing a line, and it's waterproof. I would definitely go for that. Also, another good one is Kat Von D, and Anastasia. Those are the three main ones you ladies got to stick with. I mean, I can't express it enough.
Mhm.
But those are the three items that I use for my eyebrows. Is those three items: Urban Decay, Kat Von D, and Anastasia. Definitely go for those three.
Wow. So let me ask you this: are you into the Fenty beauty products?
The Fenty,
Yes, Rihanna.
I haven't tried it yet. Actually, I did order some because some girls messaged me saying you should try this. We encourage you because they know I support, Black businesses.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that. I know that I'm really willing to try new things, and that's why on my show I call myself I'm your guinea pig because I'm trying things for you guys that have questions about it and get my intake on it. And I couldn't be more happy to try new makeup just to give my opinion. Just at that one time about the micro shading with that one pen, and I did it live on
Yeah.
my show to show you guys, hey, is this really waterproof? Is it smudge proof? And it came off. And I waited. I did it live on the show. I waited, and I showed everybody that it's not even worth your time buying it, and it took over a month to get it. And
Wow.
yeah, so it was a waste of time. But to me, to express my experience with it, I want everybody to know so that way they don't go through the same thing like, oh, I wasted money. Oh, I can't get my money back. So I just don't want nobody to go through what I went through.
And that's why I appreciate your tutorials because you're right. You're very honest about the products. You let people know your experience. You even show sometimes. Let's talk about that. Like your page, you go live how often?
So the last 2 weeks have been kind of hard because I've been wanting to check on my grandmother. So I've been trying to mix with family life and my grandmother right now to make sure everything's okay. But I'm going to start doing it probably like every other week or every Monday. But I'm going to do one special giveaway at the end of the month. And basically, how you won something that one time, those beautiful brushes you
And
won.
I use them every day. I love them so much.
and
Thank you. That was
and
so
they're good
cool.
quality. Lime Crime
Yes,
is a
they are.
good brush. They're really good brushes, and that's why now with these new prizes, since I'm getting more involved in makeup, I wanted
Mhm.
other people to try to let me know their experiences. And now I've been getting more makeup. So this month coming up for October, I'm gonna be giving like either Morphe brushes away or Anastasia makeup or Huda Beauty. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of prizes. Sometimes you could pick some. Sometimes I'll do a big thing for you all. So I'm starting to grow more, so I'm starting to grow the things more. So, definitely I'm so excited about that.
Yes, I mean that is really really cool because like a lot of ladies they have questions when it comes to makeup and how you should even apply it. Some people don't even know how to wear makeup, but they would love to get started. What are some advice or what is some advice that you would give someone that would like to at least try to start doing their own makeup?
What I would start to do is start to watch people how they do their makeup and see if
Mhm.
it's your type of makeup to use. Because you just don't want to go out there guns ho and then start trying something and it makes you break out. I used to break out with certain kind of foundations,
Right.
and it was bad on my face. So I found a thing of how to clear the skin up of like breakouts, which I would explain on another show coming up of how to get all that done. Um, but when it comes to certain makeups, it's like you can break out from it. You can have really bad like rashes or breakouts or pimples, and I just, for me, it's just like I just wanted to just get away from that. But for my eye stuff, for the for your first time, I would definitely watch people see how they do it and see what kind of advice they give you, because sometimes they'll roll with the punches and they get free stuff in the end, and that's not what I'm about. I'm here about honesty. I buy out of my own money because I want to help even new people, especially with the younger generation coming up, how to put on makeup in a good way and not like in a crazy way that you see, you know. But when it comes to like eyes and stuff like that, I would definitely pick the perfect primer. And I also give you advice on that for Anastasia primer for the canvas one. I don't know if you got it yet, but Anastasia is really good for pigmentation for bright colors. That's my suggestion for that for first timers.
Yes.
Um, and also Mac, the paint blots, those are really great. And also Urban Decay because it actually prevents the water from making the makeup wash off your eyes as well.
Now, let me tell you about my experience with my MAC paint pot. Mind you, to anyone listening, my favorite makeup in the whole entire world is MAC Cosmetics. And
Yes.
I am so, when I say I love the MAC girls, they have taught me everything I know. But what I didn't know is that with the MAC paint pot, it was really good at one point for my shadows to pop, but I left it open just
No.
for a few, maybe a couple of minutes, and it messed it up. I
Yeah.
was so sad, and I just felt like, Callie, that might not be the product for me because I have a bad habit of just leaving
Leaving it
stuff
open.
open and coming back to it, and it's too expensive to keep messing up.
Yes.
Yes.
So what I do is a suggestion for people that leave their makeup out, because I was the same way. And then suddenly I was like, you know what? I'm gonna order some kind of like a makeup palette to get it and then put it on there, and just close it right away. So that way the makeup doesn't dry out. That's what I do a lot of my time. I actually got a little small makeup palette, not a palette, like kind of a paint kind of thing that you put makeup on. It's from Sephora, and basically you put your eye primer on there, and then you close it, and then you put your foundation on there, and it doesn't dry while you're doing it each individually. And that's what I like to do, so that way nothing gets dry, the amount of time, because it's like, okay, everything's put away, so now I just got to focus on this little plate I have in front of me, and then go at it and put it on in
I
that
should
way.
have met you a long time ago because I messed up. I went back to the Mac. Went back to the Mac kiosk, and I told them what happened. And the lady say, "Do you have it with me?" And I said, "I do." She opened it up. She said, "I'm gonna get you." I said, "Wow." She said, "You? How long did you leave this open when you were doing makeup?" I said, "A couple of minutes." She said, "Well, after it dries, it's not gonna work the same."
Yeah,
That's the
it will
thing
never
about
work
that
the
Mac
same.
paint. It's so good and so sensitive that once it dries, it's no longer a good product. So thank you
Yeah.
for giving that tip. So you said that could I find that on Sephora because I'm a member. You
Yeah,
have a
I'm a member
reward,
too. That's the thing about
reward.
Sephora, is that you get points and you get free like money back or free makeup in
Right.
return. Um, so I got it from Sephora, and basically it cost me only like $9.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm going to get that because like I said, I thought what could I do because I always do that. So
I know. I used to do the same habit too, but since I became more in tune with makeup, I was like, how can I do this to prevent the makeup from getting like this and turning into this? Because then you're wasting your money, you know. And
absolutely.
nobody likes to waste money, and that's one of the things I love about my show. The holidays are coming up, so I'm going to give you guys some tips of how to save like 20 or 30 or 40 or even 50% off stuff, and I let you guys know the news before they put it out, so that way you guys can save extra money, especially for saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So you guys are really going to love that. So that's going to be coming up soon on my show.
Yes, that's gonna be fun because we were talking about beauty hacks and someone even asked me on Twitter like, "Oh, I need some beauty hacks." So what are some of your favorite beauty hacks?
I think for my beauty hacks, for me, it's like knowing how to do certain things, because I see different people do different things for beauty hacks. For me, a key thing to always have is makeup wipe removers. That's one of my hacks. Because, you see these girls put tape right here, to get that perfect line, as you
Oh,
can
I
see.
never liked that tape.
And I don't like it either. But here's the tip, though. Here's a good beauty hack for you. Just get your finger and just go like this. It's the same thing, but you use a makeup remover wipe to get that line, and you just go right here. And that's how, whenever you see me, always have that perfect line right there, because I don't use tape, because either way, when you use tape, it's still mix matched. But
Yes.
with your fingers, and when you go a certain line, you get that perfect line every time. There's no mistake about that. There's none.
Okay, so that's a great hack because I was definitely when I saw them doing the wing liners, I was like, I tried it with tape too, but my skin is kind of sensitive in this area, and I had a car wreck.
Oh.
I got hit by a drunk driver, and like one side, I think it's this side. There's like a small piece of skin,
Uh-huh.
because it had got stitched.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my wing liner is never really precise,
Mm-hmm.
but I have my own tricks that I do. So
Yeah.
I'm glad, yes, for someone that's out there listening.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
To me, when you start doing like the eye wing liner, like to me, it's like I use a certain one to get the perfect tip. Everybody uses a different one, and Everybody has their own opinion. I understand that. But to me, it's like to get the perfect line, either get a one of the eyeliners that you use, but get a small little brush, those little angled brush, those small ones, and
Yes.
use it to make that shape for you. Because if you use something too big, it will glop on you, and then you ruin all the work you've done to the side of your face, and then you're gonna have to redo it all over again. That's why I like to start off small and then work it big. It takes time, but as women, we're all artists when it comes to makeup.
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're speaking about wing liners, the eyeliner,
Yes.
I have changed. Look, I'm not happy with the eyeliners. I have changed thousands. I started with Elf.
Yeah.
And I've used expensive ones. I've used Kat Von D. I have not found an eyeliner, a liquid eyeliner that I just feel like I have to have. Can you recommend any?
I can. When it comes to that, like I use ELF, ELF.
You do, for real?
Yeah, I use ELF.
them too, but I stopped using them.
To me, it's like they changed. But as I said, if you get that angled brush and just dip it in there, just tip it on the brush, you can shape it even better. Because, when you put too much of something or when there's something in there, it's going to make a big difference. So when you use that small angle brush, you can use it like with me, I wasn't even a felt tip, eyeliner person, but I started using Kat Von D. And I started practicing over and over. And it gives me that small, perfect line because it's so small. But some of them are really big, and sometimes they gook out or they pop on you. I've had a couple girls that said, well, a couple of these pop on me. And I was like, well, they're not your thing, So I use ELF, ELF from Target, to do that liquid part. But if you're more looking for like waterproof ones, I've actually tried makeup and try to see which are the best waterproof ones. And that's going to be coming up on my other show coming up at the end of the month. Because, girls go to the beach, and we go out in the water, whatever, swimming. And I got the perfect one that will not melt off your face, including mascara as well. I went through waterfalls with it. I went through it all, and it passed all my tests.
Okay. That's dope. Yeah. Well, I will make sure I stay tuned to that show. Now, we talk about makeup, and this is what I'm really big on, okay? As much as I'm obsessed with makeup, I'm also big on my skin underneath makeup. Meaning, it is just important. It is just as important for me to be able to walk out of my house without makeup on. So I really spend hundreds of dollars on skin products. Like that. So what are some of the ones that you like?
So the ones I've been really getting involved in is Dr. Brandt is a really good brand. It has not steered me wrong. I also been trying different eye products because, nobody wants the puffiness under their eyes.
Right.
I know a lot of things I've been using, especially the cryo. I was trying to remember the cryo name. It's in my thing right there. But it helps rejuvenate the skin and starts, make it more like tightening of the skin. And the important thing about you every night, makes you wash your makeup off every night. Okay. And because that's a big crucial thing, because it does contain a lot of stuff that gets stuff from outside and it goes inside and it stays on your face. So what I encourage a lot of women and older women to do is to wash the face and moisturize it, which I moisturize every single night. And I put stuff on my eyes. I don't mix it, never mix it from the eye cream and the moisturizer, because what it could do, it can affect the effects of everything. And after, when you're done, always I recommend women to get the ice rollers that go on your face, because it just gets rid of the puffiness of the eyes. It soothes the skin after when you moisturize, and it just works great. But definitely the one moisturizers I use the most is the collagen, and also there was this new one that just came out, La Mer. I use a La Mer a lot.
I've heard of that brand. Yeah.
And that works good. And Katie Somerville. Definitely get Katie Somerville. Definitely.
Katie Somerville. Oh, that sounds nice.
I will definitely be posted on my website. So.
Okay, I was just about to say, look, I was looking for a pen to write it down because like I said, I'm big on that. Mm-hmm. And for the ladies that this saved my life, I believe is night time. There's a setting spray that I buy. I'm obsessed with that setting spray. It literally helps to not attract dirt and things that get on your face while you're out. So
Yes,
are you big on setting sprays? Like,
I
some
really
people just
am.
put on makeup and go. I have to have my setting spray. What about you?
I do never not go out with setting spray, but also with setting spray, you also there's this setting powder I use to make it waterproof and matte look, from
Oh,
Urban
okay.
Decay. Urban Decay, that one has been one of my go-to things because it keeps the makeup on, especially when I wear masks on. The
Hmm.
sweating, the humidity, of course, breathing, it actually helps retain that moisture, so it doesn't come off the mask. It just like there's a little bit of residue. I will be honest, but not as excessive as other makeups that peel off the face. But for setting sprays, Huda Beauty is my one. MAC is one, and then Urban Decay, and those are the only three that I will use. Those are the only three.
That is so great. Well, look, I thank you so much for giving us these beauty regimens and these hacks. And I want you to provide everyone with your social media so that they can stay tuned to your next tutorial. And if you want to give them any information about the next tutorial or just what to expect, let's you can do that as well.
Okay. So I go under, of course, my name's Cali Girl 6909 on Instagram, but for the makeup, I create a different one because one's for basically for my friends and family,
Right.
but the other one is strictly for makeup, and also as I said, I'm also going to be doing makeup. I talk about missing children. I show pictures of missing children from Cali to New York City, because you never know. No one should be forgotten. I also talk about cold case files that should not be forgotten because somebody might know something. And what to go under is B.B.G.61016.
All right. You heard it on the Miss Blue Radio Show. Thank you again, Callie, for taking the time to interview and give us your beauty hacks. Your makeup is always flawless.
Thank
Just
you
like
so much.
smooth. You're welcome. And we will be posting this and promoting it. And much love, girlfriend.
Much love to you. Thank you
Thank
all for
you.
listening.